I think he's doing all he can. He's only the prime minister. Now, he's got various people working for him, and I think they're doing the best job they can. Look, we're talking about a country that's, I was going to say 2,000, but it's more like 4,000 years old. It's gone through various wars. It's been conquered on occasion, and they're feeling their oats now. It's a fascinating culture. And many of our citizens trace their roots back to China. It's complicated.
The organization you work for is widely reported to represent extremist far-right views, and you're not welcome here.
Extremist far-right views?
You're not welcome
Well,
at the
can you
convention.
tell me one
I'm sorry,
extreme
it's time to go.
far-right news that we published?
It's time to go.
Alexa Lavoie reporting for Ribbon News here in Ottawa, where I'm outside the ongoing Liberal National Convention taking place, where thousands of supporters of Trudeau and his party will be gathering. I came here first of all because the union representing Canada Revenue Agency workers said that its members were planning to show up at the Liberal Party of Canada annual convention today if their employer doesn't table a fair offer. Coincidentally, this agreement has been reached this early morning. So before I go any further, please consider to make a donation to rebelfairreports.com if you like this kind of report. Since we made the trip all the way to Ottawa, we will try to do some interview with Liberal attendees about the recent controversy with Chinese threat against Canadian MP.
What is at issue is that the government did nothing about a person in Canada that was targeting me and my family and targeting other members of Parliament. The government knew about this 2 years ago, and they did nothing.
So we learned by the Globe and Mail that Conservative MP Michael Chong's family members in China were targeted by the Chinese intelligence agency for his support for a parliamentary motion condemning Beijing's treatment of the Uyghur population as a genocide. The Globe also said that Zhao Zhe, a Chinese diplomat, was involved. The Canadian Security Intelligence Services, CSIS, was aware of the threat made to MP Chong since 2 years, along with the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
We all knew after the genocide motion that China made a public thing about sanctioning Michael Chong 2 years ago because of his strong leadership on condemning the violence against the Uyghurs.
Egregiously, no action was taken. Michael Chong was not told of the matter by either the PM or CSIS. The answer made by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was that he didn't know about this until last Monday when the information was released publicly. He was called to expel the Chinese diplomat for his involvement, but as of now, Trudeau refused to commit to doing so. Trudeau also mentioned that CSIS thought that the threat made were not serious enough to deploy the information to a higher level of people at the Parliament. I'm here on the scene and I wonder, what do the supporters of the Trudeau Liberals think of the matters? Justin Trudeau should have taken direct action and alert Michael Chong and expel the Chinese diplomat. Do they agree? Let's check it out.
Well, I want to support the Liberals, and I am the chair for the National Women's Liberal Commission.
Like, I have volunteered with the Liberals for a few years, and then I just figure, like, you know, a lot of my fellow volunteers are here. We just figure, like, let's come out and check it out and walk around Ottawa.
Because we are Liberals, right? And because I want to support the side, and because I want to find out what's going to allow us to win again in 25, and that's why I'm here.
Well, going forward, we'll see some new, bright, intelligent policies coming out of this convention. We'll see a new party leader for the party chosen, Sachet Mehra from Manitoba, my home province. He's running and is just a great, great fellow to be our next president.
But I think the most important thing is it's an in-person convention. I'm a little tired of Zoom meetings. I'm very tired of Zoom meetings. And this one gives you a chance to meet all your colleagues from all over the country.
Identify myself with the liberal values, forward for everyone, and I like the Liberal Party. I came as an international student in 2018, and because of the Liberal government's TR to PR program, I got permanent residence. So I am in support of good people and good policies who will take Canada forward and, who are progressive for the Canadians.
Do you think that Mr. Trudeau is the best leader to represent the Liberal Party?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do. Like, I've been supporting him ever since he first ran for Prime Minister, and I still support him. Yes.
Right now he is, and he's doing the best he can to keep Canada safe, to continue to grow the economy, to support families.
There are a lot of stories, and one of my favorites is a couple of leaders came together and said, we've got to have another leader. And the person they were talking to said, who? And they said, Trudeau.
So you have no choice at the moment.
At the moment, that's right. And I don't think he has any choice either. He's got a responsibility to be the leader of the Liberal Party and to run the country. So I wish him well.
Absolutely. He's got my absolute support.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes, Justin Trudeau is the best leader to represent the Liberal Party. He's a symbol of liberal values, inclusion, forward for everyone, So he's the best leader to lead the Liberal Party of Canada.
I can't say best. If we take the definition of the best, then man cannot improve himself. He's doing well, but I can't say he's the best. Why? Because there are so many deficiencies and you can lackings to grow up Canada. So this is the reason I can't say he's the best.
It seems that Mr. Trudeau have ignored the threat made to Michael Chong, MP from the opposition, by the Chinese regime 2 years ago.
As we know, the Prime Minister wasn't aware of that threat. And as he's made it quite clear in the press I heard and listened to yesterday, he said this is changing. CSIS must now at least advise the government when an MP or the MP's family is being threatened. I hope he'd extend that as well to our senators, because the senators are also influential people in Canada. They help make our legislation. So we've got to make sure people are aware of this. When the Prime Minister isn't aware, he can't do anything about it.
The Liberal MP from Kingston and the Islands said that the MP for Wellington, Halton Hills was briefed on these specific threats 2 years ago. This is categorically false. Liberals are now targeting the MP who himself has been targeted by Beijing. So when will the Prime Minister get up and apologize for these Liberal MPs spreading these outright lies?
Well, I'm not sure what exactly happened. I have confidence in the Liberal Party to deal with this appropriately.
I think the best and most direct answer is it's complicated.
I have no comment on that one. I support whatever Justin Trudeau said. Complete support. Anyway, I've got to get going.
Last question. I just want to know, if you think that Justin Trudeau should do more action against the interference and threat of China?
I have no comment on that. I support whatever the Liberal Party says. So, Thank you.
When a leader has to maintain a country, he has to face a lot of problems, and Justin Trudeau is facing those things. I think we should make our country ahead. That's our duty.
So if it's true that Justin Trudeau said that he wasn't aware, but the CSIS was aware 2 years ago, what is your thought about the security management here in Canada?
I have no comment on that. I'm not aware of the full situation. It's just what I've been hearing in the press.
Something about knowledge, information, and what people know and can do and can see. Sometimes it depends on the information that you have available at that point in time. And sometimes people act based to the best of their knowledge and interest based on the information that they have at their disposal. Sometimes you might learn something new, and then you might change your opinion because you didn't have enough information and details as to what.
I am not aware of this issue. I would not like to comment on this since I don't have all the information.
Would you like to see Justin Trudeau do more action against the interference and the threat of China in Canada?
I don't think so. I don't want to talk about that. I think Justin Trudeau is doing the best thing right now. I think he's gonna do better decision. Gonna take the better decision.
So you think you would get better with time?
Yeah, he's gonna take the better decision according to the situation. Yeah.
Yes, I want Justin Trudeau to protect the interests of Canada and take all the action against all the antisocial elements, including the Sikh separatist Khalistani people who are giving bad name to the community. And I have been a victim myself of some of the experiences. And the government should be strict about them. Otherwise, they will give a bad name to the Canada and the Canadian government that they are not taking any action to curb those antisocial elements.
I think he's doing all he can. He's only the prime minister. Now, he's got various people working for him, and I think they're doing the best job they can. Look, we're talking about a country that's, I was going to say 2,000, but it's more like 4,000 years old. It's gone through various wars. It's been conquered on occasion, and they're feeling their oats now. It's a fascinating culture, and many of our citizens trace their roots back to China. It's complicated.
Hi, if you're not accredited media, unfortunately, you will have to ask you to leave.
But we didn't do anything for disturbing the event. We are just
But you need
asking
to be
a couple of
accredited
questions.
for the party. What outlet are you with?
What are you?
What outlet are you with? Sorry.
With Urban News?
Yeah, unfortunately, the organization
You knew
work
about
for,
it, though.
The organization you work for is widely reported to represent extremist far-right views, and you're not welcome here.
Extremist far-right views?
You're not welcome
Well,
at the
can you
convention.
tell me one
I'm sorry,
extreme
it's time to go.
far-right news that we published?
It's time to go.
No, I want you to answer, and
It's
I will
time
go
to
after.
It's time to go.
No, I just asked
time
you.
to go.
What is the far-right news
We're
that we
asking you
did
very
publish?
nicely.
One, just
We're
one.
asking you very nicely. It's time to go.
We publish almost 100 per week. One news that is far-right extremist.
We're asking you very
Can you
nicely.
can you
It's time to
please
go.
tell me one?
Time to
Did you
go,
ever
please.
watch what we do? Why you asked me to be accredited when this man knew about my outlet and called me extreme right-wing news?
It's time to go, please. It's time to go.
You can answer or not? Because you don't know. Because
time
you
to go.
never watch what we are doing.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes
for
or not?
Go.
Yeah, and it's the normal things to answer the question when you have been asked one.
It's time to go. Thank you.
So this guy just actually say that Urban News is a extreme right-wing activism outlet when it's untrue. And when I asked to him if he can name me one news that is extreme right-wing, you see, he cannot answer at all. So as you know, we want to cover what is going on and we are chasing the news where it brings us. But if you want to encourage our journalism, you can do so at rebelfieldreports.com. It's really important so we can continue our job and bring you the other side of the story. So rebelfieldreports.com and make a donation. Thanks.